On this video, you're going to join me on my trip up to the Wellsboro area, and we are going to stop off in Lewisburg and in Williamsport at those Goodwills. I've been to those Goodwills before. I always stop when we go up to our camper, and this time is the first time I got to film there. So I was really pleased with how well stocked their shelves were. This is the first one we stopped at. This is the Lewisburg one. I started off in the brown section because I thought that might be where all the treasures are. Here is 1 point for me, since it was just one hand. And then this was a Godiva tin. It was very, very big, and you know that chocolate cost a lot of money when it was full of chocolate, but right now it was 99 cents at the Goodwill. I continued on in the same green-blue section and found this Santa planter. It was more contemporary, so I left it on the shelf. It was 99 cents. And then next to it, the party light box caught my eye, and in it was the Unwind pillar holder for $3.99. And there I'm giving you the name on the box. I believe this was enamel on copper, but it showed a lot of wear. It was $1.99, but it had been well loved in its previous life. This was a really cute pair of salt and pepper shakers in a tin shaker. Very 80s vibe going on here with the little kitty cats peeking out. I thought they were very sweet. And then I'm just looking what else I can find. Let's see. Oh, salt and pepper shakers again. Here is a stoneware. I liked how they had a handle on them, and they have an S and a P on the top for the holes. And right now, this will give me 2, 4, 6, 8 points. Ha, I'm winning. I'm playing by myself, but I am winning. Here was a bowl of wooden fruit. And then this art pottery piece I could not look at this, right? It had plastic whiskers and 3-dimensional eyes. It was fabulous. It was $1.99, and it was very, very heavy, and the weight made me leave it on the shelf just for shipping costs, but someone local is going to be in there and love it and take it home. This was a bag of fruit. Some of it is beaded fruit. I don't really know a lot about fake fruit, but I do know some of it does sell well. Here was a hobbyist piece, a pink duck. So I'm getting everything else out of the way so we can admire the details of this pink duck and her eyelashes. Very nicely done. I found a lot of hobbyist pieces on this trip. I'm looking for a date. I didn't really see a date. There might have been a date, but I didn't see it. This was a hobbyist piece of a nativity, but if you turned him from the side, he kind of looked like he was bowling. Here was a trivet with bells and holly berries. And then I really thought this was funny. We have visited. We've been there. Niagara Falls. Here's the picture. We have visited it, and we are hanging it on our wall. It was made in Canada. It was $1.99. I thought this was to the point. We were there. See? Proof. And then next to it was this Sizzix die cut machine, and as a former teacher, you know, the teachers out there, we spend a lot of time, or at least we did. They probably have more modern things to use, but we spent a lot of time at die cut machines. This was a beautiful trinket dish. I've sold these before in the past, and I liked the style of it, the image of the hummingbird and the flowers, and it had just a little minimal wear to the gold. Also, these caught my eye. The base 10 blocks, a homeschooler or a teacher will walk in and be excited to add those to their classroom collection. And then this little snowman was so sweet. It's probably a canister, or it could be a small cookie jar. I really liked the expression and the colorway, and there were no chips or cracks. And then behind it was a house that these kind of houses always remind me of San Francisco. And then this one is called the Victorian Bay View. I did look it up to see if it was worth buying. It was extremely, extremely heavy, and so I decided to leave that on the shelf. But it was neat looking it up and learning about it. Continuing on in this section was this very large, I would assume that she moves, doll with a candle and a goose cookie jar. And I was seeing who made this, and it was contemporary. And then these napkin rings were nice. It was neat that it was in the holder. And I was giving one last look to her, and I moved on. Here was another Art of Chokin trinket dish, but this one was really scratched on the edge. You could see it there. So I did leave the trinket dish there. But I thought this was really pretty with the butterfly, and it didn't have any chips or cracks either. These are two matching spoon rests that were made in Japan, and I like that there were two of them, and they didn't have any chips, so I thought I'd take those also. And then there was a cookies all over. I know that the original cookie jar is called Cookies All Over, if I'm not wrong, but I think this was a hobbyist piece. It was about 15 inches tall, and there was no marking on the bottom. That's why I think it was a hobbyist piece. And this was an old picture. Obviously, it was crazed and had some staining to it. And then these were some wooden ornaments that someone had done a really nice job of painting. And then I was just looking at the rest of the Christmas decorations, some night lights with Santa Claus on them. So I'm trying something a little different. I usually take pictures of everything inside the photo booth, but I have decided to try something different. So here we go. This is everything you just saw me pick up in Lewisburg. The two trinket dishes, the two salt and pepper shakers, the two little spoon rests that have a cute little spoon and fork on it, and then the snowman canister set. And then you won't see the footage because they don't allow filming, but I did stop off at Community Aid, and this Talavera dish was really cool. Has no chips or cracks, and you can hang it on your wall or use it if you wanted to. And then I found this Westmoreland fairy lamp top, and I had found this at Avondale, and I was selling this, but then I canceled the listing because I thought, well, why just sell the base when now I have the whole fairy lamp? So now we are going to go to Williamsport. The first thing that caught my attention were these matching hobbyist pieces. One went with the flat eyelashes and one was more plain, so I thought that was kind of funny. There was this fruit that was made in China. Fruit. That's not fruit, that's a squash. A vegetable made in China. And this other little hobbyist piece I thought was very sweet, but it had a big old chip right there. So I guess looking back, you could have turned the lid, but it had a chip. So, and then these were cute too, but he was missing his hands. It was missing its hands. And this was probably what the hands would have looked like. So I did put them together so somebody else could come along and snatch those up. They also had a Christmas section, and the Santa ho 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 I thought was cute. It was wooden, I believe. That looks like it's wood. But I left it there, obviously. And then I'm just showing you all of the stuff. This Williamsport Goodwill is stocked. And then here was a menorah that was originally sold at Target for $24.99. And then I was curious at how much they were selling it for. And they were selling it for $5.99. There was also this Marjolaine Baston lavender spoon rest holder. It doesn't sell terribly high for terribly high money. It was very nice though. And then there was this convex glass dried flower arrangement, and for a hot minute I did think about buying this, but the size of it and the glass, so much glass, made me nervous. So I did not buy that, but I did stop and take some time to admire it. Then after I decided that I was going to leave that there, I did spy this Treasure Craft Hawaii ashtray, and it had typical wear to it, but there were no chips to it, and I like the yellow and orange. And then there was a hobbyist piece of a cornucopia with matching candlestick holders, so I'm admiring that. And then here's some more points. And this was a little candlestick holder, but it was a single, so I left it there. And this was also a single salt and pepper shaker, just the fish's tail, and I never did find the other side of the fish, the head, I guess. So this Goodwill, they don't separate by color. They put all their little trinkets in one area. And then I found this Boyd's Bear, and I shook it, and there was a trinket inside it. I was so excited. So the little Boyd's Bear nurse with the trinket inside. So I was very happy to find that, because you rarely find them with the trinkets inside it. And that was plastic wall hanging of a boy and girl, just rooting around because they were so full. I needed to see what was on the bottom shelves. Here's Party in a Bag, ready to go. Someone's shot glass collection. There's like 1, 2, I think 4 bags here, and I find some other bags. So I was kind of looking. I don't really know about shot glasses. I was just kind of seeing if any of them looked older. And then I wanted to see who made this tile, even though it was a big old chip in it. Here's another hobbyist piece of a goose. And this one was very nicely done. But Goodwill was going to sell it for, ready? $24.99. I was like, are you kidding me? It was nicely done. But $25? I don't think so, Goodwill. So I walked away from the $25 bear. This was a duck sun catcher that someone had made out of stained glass. It looked like it was signed on the back. And let's see what else I find. Here was some more shot glasses. And this was a match holder and the strikers on the bottom. And it was only 99 cents, so I put that in my cart. And then I found another Treasure Craft piece, a flower canister, and it had typical wear to it. And I thought about it for a second, but it had that spot on the back. And then I'm going to show you the side where it looked like maybe tape had been there, and the tape had taken the paint away. So I left it there. This was their mug section, which was a little overwhelming. They had a ton of mugs. And if you're hearing crickets, it's because the weather is finally getting cooler here in Pennsylvania, and I'm recording next to an open window. So that is why you might hear crickets in this voiceover. Then after looking at the mugs, I went against the back wall where they have more of their china sets. I would have gotten this sugar bowl, but it didn't have a lid to it. I like this silver. I'd never seen that style before. And then I was seeing if I could figure out who made this teapot. And then there were some Japanese-made teacups. And I've seen this style, the lusterware and the blue lusterware before. But then these two caught my eye because they reminded me more of Czechoslovakian styling of the flowers. And then I thought, oh, if they only had their saucers, would that work? No, those are plates. That won't work. So I thought, well, I've never seen this pattern before. I'll just get the cups anyway. Then in the same area, I did find a green glass juicer. And this is very damaged. I mean, it's really damaged. I probably should have left it there. But I think the excitement of finding a green glass juicer made me buy it. It does glow, but it kind of glows spotty. So I don't really understand why it glows spotty. It's not like a solid green glass. But anyway, I got it. And then in the back of the shelves, I spied a saucer that matched one of my cups. I wasn't able to find two, but I did find one. So now I have 2 cups with 1 saucer. It's always exciting to find vintage items in their original box. So this was a Libby Hostess glassware set with a Mary Gregory design. I looked up sold comps, which were a little old. They hadn't had any sold recently, and Goodwill was selling this for $19.99. So I did decide to leave that there. And here was also another Jeanette original in the box set. And they were selling that for $9.99. And here's everything that I picked up in Williamsport. The rest of the drive up was rainy, but that's okay. We got there safe and sound. I highly recommend, if you ever go to Wellsboro, to eat at the steakhouse. The food was extremely, extremely yummy. This was our hors d'oeuvres. It was artichoke dip and mussels, and they even give you garlic bread with your mussels. If you hear anybody snoring in the background, it's Indy. That was my husband's entree. Here's my entree. We both had scallops, and we even had cheesecake for dessert. I thought you might enjoy walking the dogs with me around the campground. So here you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly, truly, truly am appreciative of all your help and support and subscribing and liking and all of the kind comments. So enjoy, and I'll see ya.